everyone, Yara here. Today I want to talk about character discovery. I'm going to show you how to develop an original cartoon character. So to make a good model, the first thing that we need to do is to figure out a concept. So this can be anything from a specific idea to a general mood or feeling that you want to convey. So you can start by sketching out rough ideas to create concept art. And once you have a rough concept, you should do some research to refine your idea and gather references, like look for images, videos, and articles related to your concept, like to get a better understanding of the details, shapes, and textures you want to use in your character model. And also, you should take a look at what's out there and what's already been done by other creators. We need to make sure that we are bringing to life a true and one-of-a-kind model. So let's start with the story. When creating a concept art, you have to take a look at the story behind a character. We need to discover a time and a place and asking questions like, where did they come from? What kind of environment does your character thrive in? What are some defining physical features of your character? What is their name? What motivates your character? And what are their goals? Once you have answers to these questions, you can start making some decisions about your creature's appearance. It's not always easy to create something original. With so many models coming to life, we want to create something brand new. So we should search for originality. For example, we can check out the internet or maybe some movies and try to figure out what kind of characters that are close to your ideas has already been created. So make sure you know what to avoid when searching for references. So after some browsing, I've decided that I can't find any kind of creation that specifically uses a pangolin and a platypus. You can see the crazy looking armor of pangolin and the cute face of platypus. Both are really interesting animals, so I'm going to use both of these animals and pick and choose different features to find out what I want to put on my creature. Now let's take a closer look at our reference images and get creating. Now let's talk about the good and bad ways to utilize reference photos and how to use inspirational images and references. So let's jump right into Photoshop. Okay, here we have a basic canvas and a basic brush setup in Photoshop, and we have the reference photos off to the left side of the screen. The first step is to start roughly sketching out some of the shapes and some of the forms that you see on these creatures. Stay loose during this stage. It doesn't have to be perfect now. Just find the basic shapes. On the platypus, I really like the shape of the beak, so I'm going to be focusing more on the beak and the eyes of the platypus. Once we've developed a little bit of muscle memory, let's jump into the actual model. Once again, stay incredibly loose and just be really rough with this. And don't be afraid to make changes to the reference images to fit your needs. For example, you might need to exaggerate certain features to make them more visible in your character model, or simply certain details to make them easier to model. I really like the pangolins are almost covered with the scales so that they protect themselves from predators in the wild. I want to incorporate those scales on the back of our model and a long tail covered with scales. Keep in mind, this is just a rough sketch, so I'm not going to erase any line. I'm just kind of going with the flow. I also like the webbed feet of the platypus. So this is a webbed-footed creature that can swim for chasing food. Now we need to figure out what our creature is going to look like. You can choose any pixel ratio here. Now it's better to change the background color so everything we draw will pop out a little bit more, especially when we're putting in some of the lighter tones. So hit Ctrl U to bring up hue saturation and reduce the lightness to get a medium gray. Now make a new layer to test some brush settings. I like to use the pen sample 14. You can change the brush size later. Now if you open up the brush settings, I have my shape dynamics set to pen pressure and my transfer set to pen pressure, and then make sure flow is also set to pen pressure. Now I can do some really nice build-ups, and I have control over the size and depth of the black color. Now let's delete this layer and make a new one to draw the silhouette. Now we are ready to begin sculpting and modeling our 2D concept art. If you're working with a sculpting software such as ZBrush, you can bring in your reference images and place them on the grid and just work from that. Alright, that was a quick look at how you can develop an original cartoon character design. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. To see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you see you next time. Bye.